I'm extremely lucky. I came out in 1938 with the second so-called Kindertransport that left Berlin. I've never looked back. I sort of cannot think of anything that I can do to appreciate what the then British government did and the British population, because they helped to feed, not me, but 10,000 Jewish children between the age of 2-year-old and under 17 years old that managed to come to this country. 10,000 of them. And that meant those pretty well the 10,000, you can say, with a certain amount of certainty, that their lives were saved. I've had ups and downs, yeah. But people often say to me, oh, you've had a horrible, hard life. I'm alive. 6 million didn't get a chance. That included my parents and sister and relatives galore. So what have I got to complain about? Absolutely nothing. That's what I always say. The first 10 years of my life, I mean, there was no problem whatsoever. Although I was born in a very small town in northwest Germany near the Dutch border, but the town only had a small Jewish community that couldn't afford its own Jewish school. The Jewish children went to the normal Christian schools, and there never was any problem whatsoever. And I can remember I felt quite happy at school. We used to have a Jewish teacher come from a neighbouring town, and he gave religious teaching twice a week. That was on a Sunday morning and on Wednesday afternoons. That was the only difference. And I mean, even that didn't show up in any way that people say, oh, look, they get their own religious teaching or anything like that. And no comment was passed about that. It's said that when the remaining Jewish families that was left, or people that were left in the town, were arrested to be taken to a concentration camp, well, it was a labour camp at that time, at Riga, that the police chief that had to escort them from their homes to the centre of the town to be, well, literally carted away, got so involved, let's say, that he actually cried at the time. And that really says it all. They were very, very tolerant in that town. I personally always say my greatest regret of the whole period is that the world at large hasn't learned anything whatsoever from the happenings on the continent. Not in Germany, but the whole of Europe was involved. And that alone, I won't stop talking about it until I can't talk anymore, because I think education is very, very important. Reconciliation, education, and tolerance. Those 3 words, if you take a little bit of each word, then we'd live together differently altogether.